In the realm of spirituality, St. Padre Pio, a renowned 20th century Italian Catholic priest and mystic, offers profound insights into the signs of spiritual warfare throughout his life. Padre Pio faced intense spiritual battles, and his experiences and teachings shed light on the subtle and overt ways in which the forces of darkness can disrupt one's spiritual journey. Spiritual warfare, as understood in the context of St. Padre Pio's wisdom, encompasses a range of challenges, temptations, doubts, unsettling dreams, and even physical afflictions that individuals may encounter as they seek to deepen their faith and grow closer to God. In this exploration, we will delve into these signs in detail, drawing upon Padre Pio's guidance to understand them and discover the spiritual weapons and strategies he advocated to overcome them. 1. Intense temptations. In the realm of spiritual warfare, intense and persistent temptations are often viewed as a significant sign. These temptations can be thought of as the enemy's way of trying to lead individuals away from their faith and moral values. St. Padre Pio himself faced a barrage of such temptations throughout his life, with the devil targeting his weaknesses. These temptations could encompass various aspects, such as temptations of the flesh, pride, or doubt. For individuals experiencing these temptations, it can be a daunting and disheartening battle. St. Padre Pio's counsel in dealing with such temptations was rooted in prayer, fasting, and a profound reliance on God's grace. He encouraged people to seek strength from prayer, particularly the Rosary and the Mass, and to lean on the sacraments, especially the sacrament of reconciliation, confession, as a means to fortify their defenses against temptation. In essence, St. Padre Pio emphasized that, in the face of spiritual warfare through temptations, faith and trusting God's mercy and assistance were the ultimate weapons. 2. Spiritual dryness. Spiritual dryness, often referred to as a feeling of spiritual aridity or desolation, is another noteworthy sign of spiritual warfare. This experience involves feeling distant from God and struggling to sense His presence in one's life. St. Padre Pio, like many other saints, described these periods as dark nights of the soul. During these times, individuals may feel abandoned or spiritually isolated. These feelings of dryness can be particularly challenging, as they may lead to doubts about one's faith and spiritual journey. St. Padre Pio's guidance for navigating spiritual dryness centered on perseverance in prayer and trusting God's plan. He encouraged individuals to continue their spiritual practices, even when they didn't feel God's presence, and to view these moments as opportunities for growth and purification. In his own life, he often experienced profound spiritual dryness, but continued to offer himself in prayer and service to God. His example illustrates that these periods can ultimately lead to deeper faith and intimacy with God, provided one remains steadfast in their commitment to the spiritual path. 3. Disturbing dreams and nightmares. Disturbing dreams and nightmares with malevolent or oppressive qualities can be unsettling signs of spiritual warfare. These experiences may leave individuals feeling spiritually attacked or harassed. St. Padre Pio recognized the influence of the enemy in such manifestations. He advised those troubled by these dreams to seek protection from their guardian angels and the intercession of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Prayers for spiritual protection, like the St. Michael the Archangel prayer, are often recommended in such situations. Additionally, Maintaining a state of grace through regular confession and reception of the Eucharist can strengthen one's defenses against spiritual attacks in dreams. 4. Conflicting relationships. Spiritual warfare can extend to one's relationships, causing conflicts and divisions. St. Padre Pio emphasized the importance of unity and harmony within families and communities. He believed that the enemy sought to disrupt these bonds, to weaken the faith and moral fabric of society. When conflict arises, Padre Pio recommended the practice of forgiveness, charity, and reconciliation. He understood that healing relationships was not just a matter of resolving conflicts, but also a means of resisting the divisive forces at work in spiritual warfare. 5. Physical afflictions. Some individuals engaged in spiritual warfare may experience unexplained physical ailments or illnesses. These afflictions can manifest as chronic health issues, sleep disturbances, or mysterious pains. St. Padre Pio's own life exemplified this sign through his stigmata, which were both a mark of God's favor and a source of physical suffering. While not all physical ailments are necessarily signs of spiritual warfare, Padre Pio's experience reminds us that spiritual battles can have physical manifestations. Seeking medical attention is important, but it's equally crucial to consider the spiritual aspect, turning to prayer and invoking divine protection when facing unexplained physical suffering. 6. Doubt and despair. Doubt about one's faith and despair about the possibility of salvation can be insidious signs of spiritual warfare. St. Padre Pio understood that the enemy often attacked the foundations of faith, seeking to undermine one's trust in God's love and mercy. He encouraged individuals facing doubt and despair to seek guidance from a trusted spiritual advisor. Moreover, he stressed the importance of a vibrant prayer life, highlighting that consistent prayer and contemplation could help individuals weather these storms of doubt and emerge with a deeper, more resilient faith. By doing so, they could overcome the doubts and despair sown by spiritual warfare. 7. Obsessive thoughts. Intrusive and obsessive thoughts that go against one's faith and moral values are another aspect of spiritual warfare. These thoughts can be relentless and distressing, causing inner turmoil and challenging one's peace of mind. St. Padre Pio recognized that the enemy could use these intrusive thoughts to create doubt and confusion. In response, he advised turning to the sacraments, especially the sacrament of confession, as a means of finding relief from these mental torments. Confession provides an opportunity to acknowledge these thoughts and seek God's forgiveness and healing, allowing individuals to regain their spiritual clarity and peace of mind. 8. Disruption of prayer life. When one's prayer life is disrupted, it can be a disconcerting sign of spiritual warfare. The enemy may seek to create obstacles that make it challenging to concentrate, pray, or maintain a regular prayer routine. St. Padre Pio believed that prayer was essential in spiritual warfare, and he encouraged individuals to persevere in their prayers even when faced with distractions or dryness in their spiritual life. He often emphasized the importance of the Rosary and the Mass as powerful forms of prayer to combat these disruptions. By persevering in prayer and seeking God's presence, individuals can overcome the obstacles placed in their path by spiritual warfare. 9. Sudden and unexplained fear. Feelings of overwhelming fear or anxiety that seem to come out of nowhere can be attributed to spiritual warfare. These emotions can be paralyzing and may lead individuals away from their trust in God. St. Padre Pio recommended reciting prayers of protection and seeking the intercession of the saints, especially St. Michael the Archangel, who is traditionally invoked for protection against spiritual attacks. By calling upon the heavenly forces for assistance and relying on their protection, individuals can find strength and courage to overcome these sudden and unexplained fears. 10. Resistance to spiritual growth. Another sign of spiritual warfare is experiencing resistance or obstacles in one's efforts to grow spiritually and deepen their relationship with God. These hindrances can manifest as a lack of motivation, a sense of stagnation, or external forces opposing one's spiritual progress. St. Padre Pio emphasized the importance of persistence and reliance on God's grace in overcoming these challenges. He believed that resistance to spiritual growth was often a tactic of the enemy to deter individuals from drawing closer to God. By remaining steadfast in their commitment to the spiritual path, seeking guidance from a trusted spiritual director, and continually seeking God's grace, individuals can break through the barriers set by spiritual warfare and continue their journey of spiritual growth. In conclusion, St. Padre Pio's teachings on spiritual warfare remind us that the path to spiritual growth is not always smooth, and we may encounter formidable challenges along the way. By recognizing the signs of spiritual warfare, intense temptations, spiritual dryness, disturbing dreams, and more, we can better equip ourselves to face these trials. As we navigate this intricate spiritual landscape, it is essential to remember that we are not alone in this battle. Together, we can strengthen our faith, trusting God's providence, and emerge from these spiritual trials with greater resilience and a deeper connection to the divine. We invite you to explore our channel for more insights into matters of faith, spirituality, and personal growth. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to spread these valuable teachings and support our mission of spiritual enrichment. Thank you for joining us on this journey of faith and discovery.